So welcome back to another episode, and this is a bit of a sad episode in a lot of ways. I really think at this point, it is the end of Gamestop. Really, there's a break in the armor, and I'm seeing the end in sight. I really am, and I know that there's been a lot of videos on this. Oh no, Gamestop is ending, and oh no, it's gonna happen next week, and it never does. Where I've never made a video on this, because I really wanted to wait and see what was going to happen. And I knew the writing was on the wall. I knew that a long time ago. I knew it. Every time I go into a GameStop, it's dead. Like there's two employees standing there and I'm the only person in the store. And yeah, honestly, you can hear crickets in there. It's really unusual. So what has ended up happening is they have closed 200 stores. They will close 200 stores by the end of the year across Canada and the US. And they have overall around 6,000 stores. They have lost $32 million. Profits are bad. The stock price is down. Everything is going that direction. And I first of all want to say my heart goes out to the employees. That is the number one thing that GameStop has right. It has good employees that have had to deliver some terrible slogans and upsell you and all this other stuff against their own will, but those are the heart of the stores, those good people. And I tell you, I know a lot of good people who have worked there or are still working there, and I really feel bad for them. Now, it's strange because I was in a Dungeons and Dragons store, I'll just say, and this younger person was talking to me, and they didn't know I had a retro video game show or, you know, that I played new games or anything like that. They had no idea. And I was saying, I'm like, you know, in this mall, because I was in this kind of different kind of new mall, I was like, you know, it's so cool we have a Dungeons and Dragons store. It'd be so cool if we had a GameStop here. And the guy looked at me, he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I just, you know, because I like video games in the mall type of thing. And he's like, and he kind of represented the newer generation. And I definitely saw that. And he said, why does people don't want to buy used video games anymore. People don't want physical copies. He goes, all of my friends just download stuff. We don't care about that. And it kind of hit me a little bit. And it kind of was like a little bit of a gut punch. I was like, oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. And this is the kind of the changing of the guards. Because I come from the land of physical copies of games, and I really enjoy that, and I'm happy that companies like Limited Run and Strictly Limited exist in our world, and that there is physical copies, because it's a physical representation of what I love. And no matter how much GameStop has screwed me over in the past, and they've screwed me over quite a lot, it's been crazy how they have given away my pre-orders, or screwed up an order, or, you know, like giving away my Wii U. I mean, there was so many things that have happened over the years. But what always drove me back to that store was the employees and the games. Not the ridiculous upselling of things and all that kind of stuff. It was a place I could go to get games. Now, we live in a time now where do I get my games from? I order them from Amazon. I pretty much do that all of the time. We live in that world now. It's simple. It's like, boom, I ordered it. I get it that day. I don't even have to leave the house. There's no reason to go to a brick and mortar store anymore. And I'm from the 80s and 90s. It's not an easy, fun thing for me to say that, but it is a reality of our time. And I feel bad that a lot of people are not going in there and they're not buying games anymore. And it makes sense because they've been chased out of there by terrible policies over the years. So it's a horrible thing. The corporateness of it all has ruined a lot of it. And also that video games have become digital only, and you can also get things delivered to your house through Amazon. That is the death of GameStop. Now they are trying to rebrand. I have a GameStop by me, as you know, it's EB Games up here in Canada, and they try to rebrand, and they have a lot of merchandise and lightsabers and all the Transformers in there and t-shirts and stuff, and some of it's pretty okay. Some of it's pretty good, but their main money they get is from selling used video games. And in some locations, these stores are doing well, but in a lot of locations, they're not doing well. That's why they're shutting down 200 stores. And they're trying to rebrand. But my thing is, what are they going to rebrand into? A toy store? A toy store that kind of, you know, sells a little bit of video games? It's a different time that we're living in, and it really sucks to see it happen. It really does. Because as I was saying, that Dungeons & Dragons guy I was talking to, what I was saying was I wanted a store because I just wanted video games. I just liked video games represented in a store. Even if I don't really like the store too much and the ideas behind it, I just like the idea that I can walk and go, oh wow, look, video games, I can look at there. The only places that I can do that if GameStop closes is I can go into Walmart. I would say Target, but Target closed here in Canada. It's just wouldn't be quite the same. And what it defines for me 100% is, and I hate to say this, it's not only the death of GameStop, it's the death of physical copies of games. Because it's another place you can't get them from. Yes, there's Amazon, but slowly, year after year, it's going to go more digital, more digital, more digital. And as I said earlier, it doesn't. I get no pleasure from saying that, but I'm seeing that direction. And as much as that guy in that store told me some hard truths about the next generation coming in, he was right, and I knew that, and it bothered me a little bit. I was like, oh no, he's right. And I think the writing is on the wall, and I think this is the beginning of the end, the true beginning of the end for GameStop. And what bothers me the most is, and this is for all of you guys out there are some things that I wasn't able to get on Amazon. The Death Stranding Special Edition is one of them for me. I went down to my local EB Games, GameStop, and I pre-ordered it there. Here's my fear. Is this store going to be operational by the time I go to pick up that game, that special edition? Will it even be there? And okay, if I don't get it there, do I have to go to another store to get it? Have they transferred my order okay? Oh my god, like think about all, like for people out there, there is people out there who have still got things pre-ordered there. Some special editions. That's the only reason why I go down is to get a special edition once in a while that I missed out on Amazon. And that store may not be there. There's no guarantees that it will be there. And those couple of guys and girls that I know that work there, they may be out of a job. And that really sucks because, again, I'm getting back to the employees. The employees there work so hard. If you've ever seen a launch day for a particular console or game, those employees are killing themselves. And I can't say how sad I am about it all. And obviously, a little bit ago, we heard that at head office, they had laid off quite a lot of people at head office. And when that happened, you're like, oh my God, let me tell you, when they lay people off at head office, it's a sign of things to come are not going to be good. Things are going to be really bad. And then you say, we're closing 200 stores. Yeah, I've seen it happen. I saw it happen with Best Buy a few years ago. They closed a lot of stores down and all the future shops up here. And that's a whole other story. They were able to stabilize out. Do I think GameStop can stabilize out? I don't particularly think so. I think it's just going to keep slipping, and slipping until there is nothing left. Slowly but surely until, as I say, they had 6,000 stores, but 200 stores. They're closing the weakest stores. That's what they're doing. Hopefully the one where I have my Death Stranding is not one of the weakest stores. I better go and talk to those guys this week and say, hey, how are things going here? How are sales? Things are good? Every time I'm in there, I always ask, I'm like, how are things? They're like, oh, we have our ups and down days. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, it's not like the heyday, man. I remember the heyday. You'd go in there, the day a game like Final Fantasy 12 back in the day would get released. It would be a lineup. There'd always be a lineup, and I don't know if there is those lineups anymore. There is for certain games, like I saw that for Mario Odyssey, huge lineups for the pre-order of that game. But what do you guys think? And I'm really being honest here. Are you happy to see that this is probably going to be the beginning of the end? Or are you upset? What are you feeling about this? I have a lot of different mixed emotions, and it's really crazy that it's happening, that's for sure. So let me know in the comments below. So anyways, guys, until next time.